Namaha Te. I bow with reverence to your God in you. Namaste. Welcome you all to this session of meditation. We practiced how to bring clarity to our mind. That video you can see on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, Rohit Bhardwaj 642. And today's session is a second part of the same. So let us start the meditation. Please sit comfortably. Rub your hands together very softly, very gently, and bring your index finger and touch it with your thumb with very little pressure. The other three fingers slightly bent, and place them on your thighs or knees. If you are sitting on a chair, place them on your thighs, make them comfortable. And if you are sitting cross-legged, extend them to up to your knees. Take a deep breath in and release. Release the breath and release all your tensions. Close your eyes very softly. Very softly, very gently. Focus on your breath. Just realize how breath is coming in, how it is going out, and when we start realizing, we also notice that there is a gap between the out breath and the in breath. Just try to feel that. A deep breath in, there is a gap, and you release. Another deep breath in, there is a gap, and you release. There's another deep breath in, and you release. Focus on your breath, and now increase the area of focus to your smile. Smile gently and focus on your breath and smile. The breath also, the focus of the breath extends, and the focus of the smile brings in a happiness. Today we are going to practice how to stabilize our thoughts, and this is not a single one pointer, one liner where I give you stabilize your thoughts and you take that instructions. It is a gradual process. To assimilate the entire process, we will need almost 30 minutes. And once we are at the end of the 30 minutes, then we can use that imagery continuously, and it will not take longer time at a later stage. Whenever we see our thoughts wavering, we will focus on that final image and the thoughts will come back. That is the beauty of this practice. So keep focus on your breath and keep focus on your smile. Now feel your eyes from inside. Bring your focus or your awareness to your eyes. Is there any pain in the eyes? Just try to identify. If there is no pain in the eye, then absence of pain is pleasure. There is bliss. There is happiness. There is dance. There is joy. Join that party. Your eyes are happy and you are also happy. The eyes are painless. Then focus on your ears. Is there any, notice if there is any pain in your ears? There is no pain in the ear. There is no earache happening out there. So ears are also happy. Now focus on your nose. The nose is also absolutely painless. Your teeth. Is there a toothache? Yes, if there is a toothache, focus all your attention on that tooth which is aching. Try to identify the nerve ending which is in pain. The moment you focus with utmost attention and concentration on that particular tooth, your pain will subside. It will be momentary, a very, very small, for a few nanoseconds, the pain will subside, but you will experience your own power to overcome the pain. You don't need any medicines. The medicines are needed to repair the damaged part. But as far as feeling of pain is concerned, it is your power to overcome that. So overcome your pain. It is not tooth, it is anywhere in the body where we go. If you feel some pain, go to that pain and focus and try to identify the nerve ending which is paining. You will feel how you can overcome your pain. From tooth, we go to our shoulders, we go to the neck. This entire part of our torso, upper face and shoulders is pain free, which means it is full of pleasure. Focus on your smile. Focus on your both arms. They are pain free. They are full of joy. Your wrists are full of joy. Wrists are the most neglected part of our body. The moment we focus on our wrist, the wrist erupt in a dance of joy. Feel that dance in the wrist. Feel the blood rushing to the wrist and nourishing it and taking away all the negativity from there. Come to your chest, your lungs, your heart, go down, your stomach, your liver, your kidneys, your intestine, large one, the small intestine, and the entire lower body, the entire abdomen. Feel, try to find where is the pain. There is no pain in the lower part of the body. That means it is full of pleasure. It is only that we are not acknowledging that. Acknowledge your pleasure. Go down, go to your thighs, your knees, your ankles, your feet. Your entire body is painless, which means it is full of pleasure. And your smile is telling that. The smile on your face is an expression of the pleasure of the entire body. Focus on that. Feel the happiness erupting in your body. Focus on your breath and focus on your smile. Now there is a concept of Ishwar and there is a concept of Bhagwan. In English translation, there is only one word God, but in Hindi, these are two different concepts and both of them have a different nuances and a different set of thoughts. Bhagwan is someone who's got Aishwarya, Shri, Vairagya, Gyan, Balam, and Sampurnam. There are 6 characteristics, and when we think of all these 6, we are praying to Bhagwan. And when we pray to Bhagwan, the image of God that gets formed in our mind is our Ishwar. When we desire something, oh God, hey Bhagwan, मेरे को एक बहुत अच्छा घर दे दो. Give me a beautiful house. We are praying to Bhagwan who's formless, but the image of Bhagwan that forms in my mind is the image of my Ishwar. We solidify that image. We start decreasing, we start bringing it closer to us and decreasing its size. As it comes closer and closer to us, we bring it to a point which is 2 inches away from the center of our forehead and of the size of our half of the thumb. Let it stay there, and from the hand of that image, every image of God has one of the hands as the hand of Ashirvad, where it gives the blessings. Focus on that hand of Ashirvad as if it is sending a ray of light, a laser light onto the center of our forehead. The moment it enters the center of our forehead, it goes in, it strikes the pineal gland, and the entire mind fills with light of sparkling solitaires. And there is clarity in our head. All confusions go away. These confusions are caused by distractions. The most common distraction is the notification on the mobile. Let us meditate on that notification. What happens inside of us when that notification is heard? I'm doing something, I'm meditating with you all, and the notification of my phone rings. What happens at that time? All these notifications have a sense of mystery onto them. The mystery is that if I read what is given in the notification, I will derive pleasure. And this thought has become so deeply ingrained in us, and it has moved to our subconscious, that the moment there is a notification on the mobile, we stop everything, the mind stops doing, and we get carried away by this train of thoughts. One notification leads to another, another to another, and within no time, half an hour has gone. Then we realize that I can't read one page of a book, but I can read 300 comments on a particular issue, all given by people. I'll continue to read that. That is the state we have conditioned our mind into. And why we have conditioned? Because of one great insight, that whenever we convert our desires by thoughts into pleasure, we yield to our distractions. Please listen this once again. I have a desire. By thoughts, I have converted into pleasure, and the distraction will take it over. I want a beautiful house. In my thoughts, I started imagining the pleasure of living in a beautiful house. And now all distractions will take away. It will take away my entire concentration of finding the steps to own a beautiful house. All the energy, when God gives us desires, it gives us energy also to work for it. And we dissipate that energy in the form of distractions. If we are aware of this thought, that distractions are caused because we have converted our desire into pleasure by our thoughts only, the energy gets reduced. If I am given 100 kilojoules of energy, when I convert it into enjoyment, into pleasure with my thoughts only, I am left with only say 10 joules of energy, and then I start working with these 10 joules of energy, I will never be able to produce a result which requires 100 kilojoules of energy. All my energy gets dissipated because I am converting, I am repeating this again and again. This is the root cause of all our distractions. If we have to remove the distractions, we can't do it by keeping the phone in another room and not listening to the notifications. Somehow after 5-10 minutes we will go to the room and look at our phone. Why? Because we have converted our desire into pleasure by our thoughts only. A balanced mind will never do this kind of a thing. A healthy person will never feel happy or pride in being healthy. He is healthy, he knows he is healthy. A balanced person is a balanced person. He will not yield to these distractions. So, with this as the background of the entire process, let us now see what imagery we can create to take away these distractions for us and bring strength to what we are thinking. The first thought is that the energy that is given to me is for doing what I am doing. The energy is, if I imagine its outcomes, and you see, we can imagine the outcome, we can plan, we can allocate energy, we can do the entire planning part of it, but at no point of time we convert this into pleasure by thoughts. I want to go to Dehradun from here. If I start thinking, the moment I say I want to go to Dehradun, God gives me 100 kilojoules of energy. Go. I start imagining what a beautiful weather out there, how clouds are stuck in the mountains, how I will go and do the trekking, how we will have a hot cup of tea early in the morning and watch the sunrise. I keep imagining all these things and keep on deriving pleasure from this. My 100 kilojoules have become 10 kilojoules only. Whereas if I say I want to go to Dehradun, I start planning, I book my tickets, I book my accommodation, I plan how many days I'm going to stay there, whom all will I meet, I make a list. At no point of time I derive pleasure out of it here by thinking how much of enjoyment I will get when I meet a person in Dehradun. No, I will meet him, I stop there only. This is the only way of stopping your distractions. So what? How do we this particular thing? We don't recall it at the time when the distraction comes. You see, if we go to very fine point at a later stage, that yes, there is a notification on the phone, we forget that we have done this meditation. So what is the trigger for this? The trigger is, we have just now we have identified that the image of our Ishwar is 2 inches away from our forehead, and he is giving blessings, and those blessings are enlightening our mind. The entire mind is enlightened. Now move this image to 2 inches away from your navel, and imagine that the navel is getting a ray of light from the hand of the Ishwar that we all say is our Data. We all have our own Ishwar, and that Ishwar is, we have imagined him to be of the size of half of our thumb and is 2 inches away from our navel. No distraction will distract us now. All the energy starts from our Gut, they say gut feeling. This is the gut feeling. All energy to do a thing commences from the navel. On the other side of the navel, inside our body, every part of the body is connected to that point. And once we energize that point, the action starts. The only way to stop distraction is increase the action. So imagine your Ishwar 2 inches away, size of half of your thumb from your navel. Just feel that, and feel that from the hand, the Ashirvad hand, the blessings are coming onto your navel. And when the blessings are coming onto your navel, they go in and they energize the entire set of nerve endings that are there. When those nerve endings get energized, they energize the entire body. You can feel the energy filling your body. So focus on 4 points. The first is your smile, second is your breath, third is your forehead, and fourth is your navel. Focus on these 4 points, and you already know that your body is full of happiness. In this state, if a distraction comes, it will not get even an ounce of energy from us. Realize this internally. I am not spending my energy on converting my desires into pleasure only through my thoughts. We have all the 4 points covered. We feel, we are working, and while working, if we are working on something and the phone distraction notification comes, instead of picking up the phone, imagine the Ishtadev, imagine the Ishwar 2 inches away from your forehead and 2 inches away from your navel. Just imagine that. They are sending in energy. The desire to convert your the desire to convert your action into a pleasure by looking at the distraction will evaporate on its own. It is a very powerful thing. The moment you feel your mind is getting distracted, you want to come back, focus on your forehead, focus on your navel, and focus on the energy that you are receiving from these 2 points. And once you start focusing on the energy, immediately you will get the next thought of its transmission to rest of the body. You will continue to do what you are doing. Those people who perform exceedingly well and humanly impossible feats, they use this technique. All athletes use this technique. All players use this technique of focusing on their forehead and focusing on the navel, going deep, 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 deep inside and imagining every pore of the body is energized. 2 inches. I just heard a ting on my phone, but where I am focusing on the forehead and I'm focusing on the navel. The desire to open my eyes and pick up the phone is gone. Now, very slowly open your eyes. Take a deep breath in, release, smile. And now, with open eyes, imagine the forehead and imagine the navel. And imagine the size of half of a thumb, your Ishtadev sending in energy to you. Now, with open eyes, imagine that your entire gut is getting energized and entire mind is getting energized. Imagine that this energy is being transmitted to your arms, this energy is being transmitted to your legs. Imagine that this energy is getting transmitted to your heart, and it is cleansing your mind and keeping it focused on what you are doing. This is what you are required to do. The distractions will vanish on their own. We cannot stop the distractions, we cannot stop them. If there is sky, people will throw stones on us. We can't stop them from throwing stones, but we can protect ourselves. And this protection is in the form of not allowing them to target us. The distractions will come. We are fortified with immediate attention to our forehead and navel. The distraction will go away. It will melt away. Please practice this. And with this, we come to the end of today's meditation. Thank you all. And before we move, just open your fingers from your thumb, rub your hands very softly with each other. You will feel a lot of energy in your hands. Put them onto your eyes. Let the energy go in, let your eyes get healed, and you get a resolve that I will not get distracted by my distractions. My protector is here and my protector is here. It is on my forehead and it is on my navel. With this, we come to the end. Thank you very much. Namaste. We meet again next week, same time on Facebook Live. Namaste. Namaha Te.